Since there was a ton of stuff I was unable to see right, and no one was truly trying to clear up it for me, the genuine repulsiveness of reasoning that you are at fault for your own maltreatment. Essentially, in light of the fact that it felt great our future, is our youngsters now the most vital phase in killing this wrongdoing? Is mindfulness prepare yourselves for a few marvelous disclosures from? In all honesty, Mel Gibson, in his unstable new movie Sound of Opportunity, prepared to plunge profound into the shameful universe of Hollywood's first class, and their supposed contribution in the unlawful human exchange. And think about who winds up right in the center, all things considered. The unparalleled Oprah Winfrey herself. Might you at any point trust it? So spill the beans, Mel. What did you uncover now? Before we get into it, make a point to offer the video a go-ahead and buy into never pass up any new recordings. It's free and assists us with hugely bringing out new happy for your satisfaction. It's wild the way in which Hollywood is continuously humming with discussions and embarrassments. Yet here's a film that appears to have sneaked by the radar. Sound of Opportunity, coordinated by Alejandro Gomez Monteverdi, takes us on a really exciting excursion into the dull underside of unlawful human exchange. It uncovered the stunning strategies utilized by the tip-top to lure blameless casualties into their vile rings. Yet what's truly got me scratching my head is the absence of publicity, media, inclusion, and supports for this significant movie. I mean, we're discussing a film with a major name entertainer, a laid-out chief, and even Mel Gibson himself advancing it. So, for what reason isn't it in theaters? Something off-putting is happening here, wouldn't you say? In Sound of Opportunity, Mel Gibson, the previous Activity star, starts to lead the pack as Tim Ballard, a genuine ex-government specialist. This buddy abandons the public authority to make Activity Underground Railroad, a very gallant association committed to protecting children from those terrible, unlawful human exchange. Rings the film thoroughly uncovers the clouded side of this wrecked industry, wanting to bring issues to light and light Activity. Yet here's the kicker: enormous streaming stages like Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu treated the film with complete disdain. Might you at any point accept it? They directly decline to allow it an opportunity to contact an overall crowd. It's really odd, since these stages typically dig socially cognizant stuff. Might it at any point be that the film's stunner disclosures hit excessively up close and personal for certain fat cats? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Yet, how can it hit up close and personal? There's talk circumventing that the business elites are doing everything possible to crush this film and get the concentration far from them. One of those tip-top gatherings is known as the Great Club. Presently, let me let you know, this resembles a definitive group of worldwide elites. This is the creme de la creme. On the off chance that you will, as per the Watchmen, these tycoon givers have these carefully guarded gatherings squarely in the core of New York City. It resembles something out of a covered operative film. I swear we're boasting names here: Bill Entryways, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, David Rockefeller, Ted Turner, and surprisingly, less popular yet similarly stacked people like Eli and Edith White. And no doubt certain these names are somehow overwhelmed in some tumult and contention. Yet the one name that would ridiculously need to quiet Mel down is Oprah. You'd think, hello, Oprah, pleasant woman. She welcomes individuals on her show. She has genuine visits with them. How could she disapprove of Mel's movie? Well, this is on the grounds that she's stowing away, or possibly attempting to conceal, an exceptionally large confidential of her own. Let me recount to you a story that shook the world back in 2007. When the Oprah Winfrey Administration Foundation for Young Ladies opened its entryways in Johannesburg, it was a significant occasion. They had an elegant strip-cutting service with any semblance of Nelson Mandela, Tina Turner, Sidney Poitier, Spike Lee, and Oprah herself in participation. It was no joking matter. Oprah had poured an astounding $40 million of her own cash into establishing this milestone live in school. Yet here's where things require a dim go only a year. After the fact, 6 out of the 152 understudies by chose by Oprah to go to the foundation courageously approached they blamed residence lady Virginia Small McGolbo for exposing them to sexual and actual maltreatment. McGolbo argued not. She needs after she was gotten with a particularly gigantic embarrassment in the media. This episode deeply affected Oprah, and she did everything possible to address what is happening, and backing the young ladies included, yet just the elites of the business know how she didn't actually care the slightest bit. And that is not entirely. There's some wild gab happening around Oprah Winfrey fans are humming with these silly cases that Oprah's cash and impact provide her the ability to hide embarrassments away from plain view safe and sound. Might you at any point accept it they're persuaded she has a multitude of influential individuals, including individuals from Congress and previous presidents, shielding her from any mischief. It's like she has her very own power field, or something superpower alert. It appears to be a few guardians are really bothered about Oprah Winfrey Authority Foundation for young ladies. They're saying it seems more like a jail than a school. And you realize the reason why, well, support yourself, they're barely getting to see their own children, despite the fact that they were guaranteed a more promising time to come at Oprah's Institute. The guardians are simply permitted to visit one time each month, and surprisingly, then, at that point, it's for a brief time frame. Why, you ask? Well, the school guarantees everything unquestionably revolves around saving their valuable school soul. By limiting development, a few guardians are out and out frightened in light of the fact that they think Oprah is getting excessively comfortable with their children. And we're not discussing a guy sort of comfortable in the event that you get my meaning. It has a serious, dreadful component happening as per them. Like that is certainly not what you would anticipate from a school established by the unbelievable Oprah Winfrey. And prepare in light of the fact that this is some frigid stuff daring understudies who have figured out how to escape from that spot, have let the cat out of the bag to their folks. And let me let you know, it's straight out of a thriller. We're looking at stunning charges of abuse staff individuals, crossing a wide range of limits. And support yourself, the revelation of a dead child in a sack that had a place with one of the understudies. I mean, truly, I couldn't in fact handle what is happening. Gives me significant goosebumps. This is a horrible shown signs of life. And presently the most terrible part, the most recent contoured in this entire Oprah adventure. So a few people are associating Oprah to Epstein. You realize the person engaged with all that wrecked dealing stuff with little kids. And here's where it gets considerably seriously. Disrupting, there were instances of young ladies disappearing from Oprah school, like genuinely what's happening. Might you at any point fault individuals for being undeniably stressed and blown a gasket? It's a significant reason to worry, no question. We most certainly need some serious examination and replies to what everybody's psyche is quiet. Even somebody on Twitter called her out. They composed these two realities are non-refutable. One, Oprah Winfrey's personal luxury plane traveled to Epstein Island multiple times too. 17 young ladies disappeared from her school in Africa, never to be found. Obviously, that this doesn't bring up issues. And this isn't whenever she's first favored victimizers. This one time Oprah chose to highlight this man named John of God on her show. Now this person is a self-broadcasted healer from Brazil who professes to have extraordinary abilities to mend individuals. Seems like something out of a wild Hollywood film. Right, well, lock in. It gets more insane. Turns out this supposed healer John of God was truly a crook engineer. He ran a recuperating office in Brazil, where weak individuals looked for his profound direction and backing. Yet think about what behind this apparently sympathetic cover snuck an extremely dim and vile side reports began pouring in specifying rape and misuse carried out by John of God. It was a chilling disclosure that uncovered his real essence. And here's where it gets truly staggering. Oprah, that's right, the Oprah assumed a part in catapulting this criminal into the spotlight and the world learned about it, each of the one individual tweeted Oprah's profound healer has been condemned to 99 years in jail subsequent to being viewed as at fault for assaulting and mishandling north of 600 ladies. And little kids Joe de Jesus, or John of God, likewise ran a child-dealing activity where infant youngsters were offered to childless couples. Youngsters were purportedly held hostage in distant Brazilian homesteads, where they had to create infants prior to being killed. Following 10 years of conceiving an offspring, they additionally added that one dissident, whose examinations prompted